I don't cook.
Okay, Lamborghini Mercy. Yo, chick, she so thirsty.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to my true channel. My name is Jess. I'm your host with the most. And today I have the privilege of interviewing a very long-time friend, Nikki. She's the author of the book Years. And we're going to be diving a little bit deeper with her. The journey, what made this book come to light, and most of all, getting more into her process. So I want you to stay tuned. But in the midst of you staying tuned, I want you to subscribe, like, and share, because this is something that we're doing together. And don't forget, give a big shout out to Copy Production for making this happen. Stay tuned. We're coming up. What's up, boo?
Hey,
We here, girl.
I know. Oh my God.
All right, people. So as promised, I am here with the one and only LaTosha Batton, Prince, well known, aka Nikki, the one and only. It's a privilege. I appreciate you accepting the invite. Better yet, right?
Yeah.
So, reason we are sitting here is because we actually had the opportunity. If you have not, let me go ahead and let you know right now. Years. This is actually a book written by the one and only LaTosha. Now, she's this is inspired by her. So this is a journal. So that's why we're here. So we want to talk about what inspired the title of the book.
Oh, what inspired Years? So Jesse, for so long, I felt stuck. I felt hidden. I felt not seen. And when this came to mind, I was like, okay, so I got to think of a good title. But everything that came to my mind was to get unstuck.
Okay.
So years mean you either stay or you act. So you either stay stuck or you take action and move.
So basically, for people who feel stuck as yourself, this book is inspired to help them find a way to navigate through that based on your own personal experience.
Correct. That's exactly what it is.
Okay. So I did kind of glance a little bit through the book. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. You know I don't like lying, so I'm not gonna. Listen, everybody will lie once in a while. But anyway, let's get back on topic. So I skimmed through it. So here's one of the things that I know personally.
Yes.
Because we know each other from way back. So the journey have been a little bit different for both of us.
Correct.
But faith is what keep us steady going and pushing forward, right?
Right.
So what is your favorite scripture and why? And how that scripture ties into your book?
Oh, wow. My favorite scripture is Ephesians 6, I believe. And what it is basically stating that you need to wear the armor of God. And I honestly believe that I had to put on the armor to get out of feeling stuck and get out of my situation. So like you said, we've been knowing each other for a while, and it definitely took God to get me out of it. So that is my favorite scripture. It is Ephesians 6. I feel like 6 and 10. I don't know, but it's Ephesians. Go to Ephesians.
We're going to forgive it right now because you're nervous. You know, it's hard to remember stuff when you're nervous. We ain't no preacher, so we can't remember everything.
I'm not.
But guess what? When you say that, it brings me and it ties in right into feeling stuck. A lot of times feeling stuck comes from generational curses.
Yep.
Because for those, once again, y'all know I'm not apologetic about my faith, so we're going to talk about it whether you like it or not. So generational curses exist, meaning it transcends from one generation to the other.
Correct.
A lot of times the experiences that we have comes by choices and some comes by the journey. So do you believe in generational curses? And if so, do you find it difficult to break the cycle?
Oh, for sure. Generational curses is a real thing, y'all. Like, I feel like the same thing. It's habits that are carried on from one generation to the next, unless somebody is strong enough to stop it and take a different route than what maybe their mom, their grandma, and that was what I did. I have a daughter, and so I was like, Tiara, I have to give her a chance. I have to show her something different than what I seen. My aunts, my great aunts, my mom, I have to show her something different.
Yeah. So in all honesty, if we think about generational curses, how to break them, it brings us to the current culture, right? So unfortunately, in our Black community, we don't believe,
fortunately,
well, we don't believe in seeking or asking for help. We are prideful.
Yep.
But when it comes to our mental health, so here's where I'm going with this. Do you believe that the culture, there's a difficulty that it conflicts with faith and seeking mental help?
Yeah, because we don't like it. We are taught to not put people in our business. And I grew up like that. Like, girl, you better not.
Like, you better not tell nobody. In this house. I grew up like that too. But if we are honest, the way we grew up and the challenges that we face is not the same challenges this generation is facing. Correct. And I feel part of that is we have to equip them to be able to have some type of chance to fight.
Yep.
You know, that means in an open disclosure, being honest, being transparent. Part of being transparent and speaking your truth is by example. Yep. So that's what you did for Tiara. Okay. Setting the example right now for her with your journey. Okay. Yes. Girl, this is some hot stuff you got going on with this journal.
You're trying to get deep. You're trying to make me emotional. What you doing?
No. Listen, I'm not a therapist. We actually have a podcast that we follow, Beautiful Minds. Hey, listen, anybody, she got you. But listen, going back here's where I'm at. Based on your life experiences, what's your take on parenthood? And is this based on your own upbringing?
Parenthood is, I hear people say this all the time, that's ghetto, it's the ghetto hood. But being a mom of 4 kids of all different ages, like I have a 21-year-old, a 17, a 12-year-old, and a 3-year-old. And some of the things that basically that I learned that I did not want to carry on to my kids, that's what I use as a guide.
Gotcha.
So I don't just say, okay, well, I'm open to learning new ways to parent. I'm not taking what my mom did, so to say. If it did nothing for me, it's not going to do anything for my kids.
But you have to adjust it because again, your age gap is 21, a 17, 12, and
3.
A 3. So you have 4 different children, 4 different personalities, 4 age difference, different sex. I mean, you have to maneuver and put on your hat. You need to be a mama, you need to be a lawyer, you need to be the judge, you need to be the sheriff, you need to be the arbitrator, you need to be the cook, you need to...
Everything.
Listen, so you are basically all these hats. How does Nikki stay afloat?
Oh, man, God, I ain't gonna lie. It's God. And you have to have mental toughness. Oh my God. Like, that's a whole nother, we can be here all day talking about mental strength. But yes, you have to be able to withstand some stuff, y'all. We don't want to go through nothing. We literally try to avoid everything. So we don't want to do the work on our mental. Keeping God first and my mental health is how I try to live my life.
Okay. So when you are talking about putting God first and taking care of your mental, will you say, or let me correct that, you talk about leaving a legacy for your kids. What's that legacy?
Oh, leaving a legacy for my kids. This is one of the things that I look at as leaving a legacy. Because if I close my eyes today or tomorrow, this journal is still going to be on Amazon. This journal can go wherever. So this is something that I'm able to leave my kids. I'm able to provide them with information. I want to open up them, Roth IRA accounts, the stuff that I'm learning now, be able to leave them not just in debt, but I want to leave them with some substance, things that they can, some tools that they can utilize when I'm gone. That's what I feel like a legacy is, leaving a legacy.
Leaving a legacy. So basically they can go back and they're not only going to hear of a word of mouth, they can actually read up on it.
They can read it.
You're like, hey, your mama was an entrepreneur who went seeking a better life, not for herself, but for her kids. Your inspiration is your children.
Yep, they are.
Your motivation is your children.
Mm-hmm.
So with that in mind, when we are talking about motivation and inspiration, here's one of the things that, you know me, I'm always thinking, I'm always thinking. So
Yes.
if you could, what advice would you have gave your young self? Not even your young self only, keeping your other mini, which is Tiara, in mind. What advice would you give?
My advice would be, even to little Nikki, to Tiara, all the little Nickies out there, is to keep God first and start sooner. Don't wait. You are not bound to one thing. Try everything until you figure it out. But don't be so stuck in your ways. That's what I would tell the little Nickies out there and Tiara. You have time to try things.
Okay, so here's what I want to do. I mean, I could sit here and go, but I'm going to try and consolidate two last questions here. So you're an entrepreneur. I've been knowing you for when you were younger, man. Let's not talk about age around here.
Exactly.
But I've seen you push through entrepreneurship at every level. And right now, you went from TMT Fitness.
Yep.
Mind you, I wanted her to be my trainer, but she was too tough. I could not survive. And then we went to just basically diving into entrepreneurship and finance-wise, which actually you got a good, let me correct that. What you call a good helpmate?
Okay, a good helpmate. Actually, I'm still learning how to be a good helpmate.
Okay.
And the reason why I say I'm still learning is because I spent a lot of years in a marriage where I didn't know how to be a good helpmate. So I'm not gonna say I didn't have to be, I just didn't know how to be a good helpmate. Right. So now I am learning to stand alongside of my husband. And
your husband?
My husband.
Listen, I'm Big D. The kind of soul you can meet. So basically having a good helpmate that sees the same vision as you see the same direction that you see. First of all, keep God first. Yes. So all these things lined up for you guys, which brings us to the business that you all have, right? Which is the finance advice in business. Okay. So
financial advice.
When you wrote this book, what D said?
Okay, so I'm just to be real, I am an overthinker.
Okay.
And I'm a lot of things that I have in mind, I rarely share with other people.
Okay.
And so he knew about it even before this even came about. When I first met him, I would tell him different, like, I gotta write this book. I don't know why this is in my spirit, like God telling me I have to write this book. So he would literally help me. So fast forward to the journal, he like, Nikki, just bring it out. Push, what is the thing? Not activate. Like, get it going.
Yeah.
The people, you can help people with this. Like, you literally can help other women, other men with this. And so he kind of like pushed me to it.
So basically he motivated you, pushed you and support you.
He did.
That's a good help.
Support is like number one, and you have to have somebody that supports you and got your back.
100%. I feel you on that. So my last question, because we got to wrap it up. As much as I would like to dive in, and I'm feeling this, let me ask you, which I think that's a question that most people ask themselves when they have ambition in life. For those of you who have not asked the question, let me help you ask the question. Here's the question. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Oh, I see myself being in the best shape that I have ever been in my life. I see myself making the most money in my business.
Okay.
I see myself as being so close to God, one of God's girls for real. Like, I honestly see myself so close to God.
Listen here, I don't mean to cut you, but I'm going to tell you right now, I read something that says the more we ask to be closer to God, the more problems he's saying. So let me just make sure y'all know that, because the battle is given not to the swift, but to those who can endure. So with that being said, you're going to endure because you have endured a lot.
Yep.
We all have endured. We all have our journey. And when we are speaking about journey, we are speaking about sharing with others something that will help them keep pushing forward. Because we have went through it and we're not the only one. Someone else is going through it.
Yep.
So this platform here at My Truth is basically that. Opening up a window, a door, a safe place where we can have a conversation. We can be respectful about each other's journey, experiences, and minds. Because we all don't think alike and we all don't operate alike. But let me be one more time clear. This is a journey that we are all in, which is the surviving mode.
Yep.
So I appreciate you taking the time, extending the kindness to speak to me. You know, we goofy.
I know, right?
And I try really hard this time to stay serious.
Yes.
But
Thank you.
I'm proud of you. I've seen where you came from. I see where you at. And I know that there's nothing but greatness that God has in store for you. For all of y'all, I want to take y'all to check out Years in the Amazon. It's on Amazon right now. Let me tell you, it's not that much of a thick book. Look at it. So don't be lazy.
Exactly.
Read through the pages. But one of the things that I do want to share with you all is basically this real quick. The journal was created to help get through difficult seasons in life. While seeking God, help journaling, therapy, and mentorship have quickly helped her realize that wearing a mask was pretty much what she was trying to uncover, right? Yeah. This is part of what she says in the book. That needed to be removed in order for God to send physical help. Yeah. You can't pretend to be something and expect God to continue to make way for you. Because in the midst of you masking and pretending to be somebody, that help that is on the way cannot get to you fast enough because you're blocking. Correct. So with that being said, pick up the book, read through it, and y'all can check her out on IG. We will have all the information. But let me tell y'all one last thing. None of this will be possible if Copy didn't hook us up. So big shout out to Copy Production. Love you guys. We see you next time.